Hey guys, it's your boy Wallace. I'm the Nomad Recruiter. I travel around the world and make placements for a living. I am an online recruitment coach and I have a recruitment agency, and I teach people how to start a recruitment agency in my online program at Nomad Recruiters Academy. I have hundreds of students, real testimonials, real names, and helping so many people get results. And I would love to help you start your agency if you love my content. So today we're going to be talking about some things I wish I knew before I became a recruiter. I got a few things written down right here that I want to talk about. So let's jump straight into it. All right. Let's start off with salary. Okay. So there are a lot of situations where people are trying to get in the recruiting game and they're either trying to go work for a recruiting agency or they're trying to go work in-house for a corporation. And sometimes they're going to work for themselves. Often when you go in-house and you're starting off as a talent coordinator or maybe a sourcer or a junior recruiter, you may be starting off on a salary, depending on the country, anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 US dollars. It's just starting right there. In Australia, it could be anywhere from $50,000 to $75,000 a year. And in various other places, it can be even lower as well, depending on the country. Now, some companies offer commission structures where you get paid off of every candidate that you place into a job, or you may get paid for every resume you present to your client as well. There's a lot of ways that commissions are structured. So it's just best to do your proper research before you go in, before you decide which type of recruitment you want to get into and which industry or company you want to work for at the end of the day. So I think that's extremely important. When I worked for an agency, with all the things I know now, I probably would have just took an all commissioned role because I just knew that I was going to be successful. But I know sometimes financially it can be hard for a lot of people, but always take a low salary and a higher commission. If you're working in the agency world, it just weighs out. It's just a better chance of you making a lot more money at the end of the day, if you can find some good companies out there, which is just really important, guys. So you feel like a therapist as a recruiter. This is very true. You're going to be talking to hundreds and hundreds of candidates throughout the week, and you're kind of like a free therapist to them because they're losing their job. They don't know what to do. They're letting you know how upset they are with their teams and their managers, and they're talking about their family and they're wondering how they're going to pay their bills, and it's stressful. So sometimes you can get stuck on the phone with a candidate for hours, and building rapport is good, but it's also really important to make sure that you stick to those qualifying questions to make sure that that candidate is right for the job. So you will be put in some situations where you're stuck on the phone for a half an hour, but I made some great friends and helped some great people get jobs, which has been extremely rewarding as a recruiter at the end of the day. So I think that's really important. Recruiting is about experience. So this is very true as well. I think often a lot of people just assume that it's about how much money you're making and seeing the numbers and seeing these big, humongous deals. And it's just like, no, recruitment is all about experience because there's so many ups and downs that you're going to have to go through. As you guys know, if you've seen a lot of my testimonial videos, I don't just highlight my students' success, I highlight their downfalls as well and things that they've struggled with while running their agency. There's going to be ups and downs in recruitment, and it's better to know how to respond to a situation from a recruitment experience versus someone who just has sales experience and just think it's all about money and money and money. Emotional intelligence is extremely important. Understanding how to manage your client, how to manage your candidate, how to manage a team is extremely important, and assessing the situation to make sure you have a positive outcome and you don't burn any bridges. You don't want to burn bridges in recruitment because recruiting is all about, residual income, working with your clients every year, every month, every week, as long as there's opportunities on the table. So that's extremely important to understand. Sourcing can make you a stalker. You become almost like a creep in a way, when you're recruiting, because you start using all these detective gadgets and software tools that gives you people names, numbers, to tell you how many children a person has, their grandma, their grandpa. I mean, you feel like a real life stalker, almost like a creep as well, because there's so many software tools that gives you so much information to a candidate, and you do your thorough research. It's just like, man, and sometimes you want to be safe before you meet someone. You may use your software tools to try to look them up, but it can be creepy, it can be stalkish using these software tools. But it's our job to get in touch with clients when we're doing business development on the agency side, and also on both sides, in-house and agency. It's important for us to get in touch with a candidate before another recruiter get in touch with them, or before another opportunity presents itself. Our world and our industry is all about sense of urgency. First come, first serve. are most likely the people that you're going to see getting the jobs, getting the opportunities at the end of the day, which is extremely important. Choosing a niche. So when I got into the recruitment industry, I was sourcing for a lot of senior recruiters. I was doing it all from Salesforce, from AI, machine learning, computer vision. I was doing so many different niches, and I was trying to find my niche. And I found my niche, stumbling across, just one late night. I found my niche in the geospatial world, and that's how I brought on my first client. But do what you love, guys. You're going to start off working possibly as a sourcer or a talent coordinator, and you're going to start, working on a lot of different niches. Even when you work in-house, you're working in certain departments. There's an IT department, there's a sales department, there's an HR department. So there are so many niches out there for you, but choose something you feel comfortable talking about every day, because this is, you're gonna have to speak to clients in the space every day. You're gonna have to speak to candidates in the space every day. So do it on a topic that you're comfortable about, that you're interested in, that you're constantly researching, because it's gonna be important if you specialize in that niche. Understanding desks, hot desk, cold desk, warm desk. If you're interviewing in-house for an organization, for the most part, you don't have much to worry about when it comes to cold, hot, or warm desks, because you already have jobs for the corporation that's in-house, that they already have jobs for you to work on. When you're working for an agency side, now you're going into a situation where it's centered around a lot of recruiters who are money hungry, who's making commission. So you may go into a situation where you may not have any clients, which would be a cold desk, or you may go to assist a senior or principal recruiter who has a hot desk, and you may become their sourcer. Understanding when you're interviewing for a company, sometimes we don't know, or we don't ask these questions, but it's always good to know what type of situation you're going into. If you're interviewing with 5 or 6 recruiting agencies, it's good to ask, what does my first 3 to 6 months look like? Do I have to go out and get my own clients, or do I have an opportunity? Do you guys already have clients for me? And it's always best to work with a company that has jobs, because if they have jobs, it's a faster route for you to make money as soon as you get through the door. It's good to understand the difference between a hot and a cold desk, which is extremely important. Commission as well is another thing I want to talk about briefly. There are a lot of organizations that have various commission structures. Some companies have complicated commission structures. Some companies have, low commission structures. I was talking to a recruiter who recently joined my program. He had made 6 placements, and he was only getting 5% per deal, and the average placement deals were $30,000 per row. So he roughly made almost 180 grand within the last 6 months, but he will only see 5% of that deal. And he had a low paying salary as well. His salary is only roughly $35,000 a year, but he realized that he was doing all the work and he wasn't being fairly compensated. So it pretty much was a common sense for him to start his own agency. And he's in my program now, just hitting the ground running, going crazy, bringing on clients. So it's important that you guys understand your commission structure and understand what you're signing up to as a recruiter at the end of the day. But I love recruitment. Recruitment has gave me the life to be free. As you guys know, I travel the world and I make places for a living. This whole year I've been traveling. I'm currently in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm headed to Bali next week and then off to Brazil. And the great thing about recruiting is that you can work from anywhere in the world. All you need is a laptop and a cell phone and a few software tools to get started, and then you go out there and you just start hustling and finding jobs, finding candidates that need help. You may be the person that's always referring a friend to a job or referring someone to a job, and you don't even know that you can get paid for it. You may be doing recruiting right now and not even knowing it. But look, if you love this content, if you really appreciate my channel, I need you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment below, come mess with your boy. Check out nomadrecruiters.com if you're looking to start a recruiting agency. And I want to be your favorite coach on, in the recruitment game online, guys. So I can't wait to talk to you soon, and I appreciate your time.